How does a teacher get his or her classroom ready for the school year? Have you ever anticipated the first day of a new school year? You've picked out the new clothes, your parents have purchased your school supplies, and then you find yourself lying awake wondering in anticipation what your new school teacher would be like and if you'll make new friends. The next thing you know, you begin to ask questions like, what different types of learning centers will be included in my class? How many books will there be in my classroom library? What kind of behavior modification system will my teacher use? Will the class space allow for an easy flow during transition and collaborative work? Could there possibly be any interactive bulletin boards included? And will my classroom be an effective learning environment? Okay, well, you probably have not considered these things, but I'm willing to bet your teacher has been pondering these very things and more. Each school year, a teacher begins with a blank slate, sometimes a very blank slate, and it's up to him or her to take this empty and disheveled room and transform it into something magical, a classroom. To start off with, there is always trash. Trash left from a previous teacher, trash left from previous students, trash created by your teacher removing things and cleaning out files, or just stuff that has now mysteriously become trash. Trash, 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 trash. Once a teacher has gotten rid of all that trash, they can now begin one of the best parts of setting up a classroom, building. In my case, this year I put together 3 new bookcases for my classroom. It took me an entire week during my summer break in order to put the bookcases together, set up the containers, create labels, organize all the books by genre, and finally put all of the books away in a cozy classroom corner library. Building is also great because it helps to build stamina in a teacher, which prepares them for the upcoming school year. For this next step, I highly recommend using any available teenager who is willing and able to move awkward and bulky objects, because now we move on to seating arrangements. Which doesn't sound horrible, moving desks, but when you consider that one must now move, arrange, and oftentimes rearrange 24 or more student desks and seats into a confined space, the extra help is a must. Plus, a teacher will still need that help when they're done arranging the student's desk, because now they need to also arrange the teacher's desk, the computer area, bookcases, and any other class materials set aside for storage during the summer months. And let's not forget to make sure all class pets are also taken care of and have had their cages cleaned and are well fed. And of course your teacher's been going in during the summer to care for them. After your teacher has accomplished the tasks mentioned already, they can move on to bulletin boards. First, a teacher must decide what type of bulletin board they want to put up, and if they desire a specific theme. This often leads to hours upon hours upon hours of research, pinning sites, and trolling teacher blogs. One may not realize how many different kinds of bulletin boards exist in your everyday classroom, but I assure you, there are a variety. There's the classroom welcome bulletin board, which typically includes students' names and a set of themes for the classroom. The interactive bulletin board, which invites students to add items or move things around. The calendar bulletin board that keeps everyone on track. The class jobs bulletin board, which allows students to become active members in their classroom. The standards chart and bulletin board that helps everyone know what the class is learning, not to mention any word walls, which include high-frequency vocabulary words, usually from core subjects. Bulletin boards alone can take days of planning and creating. Already, your teacher has done enough work to make even your classroom stuffed frog pass out. But they are not finished yet. The next phase of this process is school supplies. Yes, school supplies. It is a little known fact that oftentimes teachers purchase their own supplies for their classroom and students. This can include, but is not limited to, scissors, notebooks and composition books, student name tags, popsicle sticks, pencils and pencil sharpeners, crayons, colored pencils, dry erase markers, highlighters, glue, paper, folders, And did I mention containers your teacher uses to hold all those class supplies? This list really just goes on and on and on. Another important warning worth mentioning is a teacher's obsession with labeling. Teachers like to label everything. This appears to be a mental disorder of some sort at first glance until one realizes the importance of labeling so that the items do not get lost or are accidentally misplaced in a student's desk or backpack. You'd be shocked how many times class supplies sprout legs and leave a classroom never to be heard from again. It also helps to know what items belong to who and in which classroom. It is at this point which a teacher can now complete all the finishing touches, such as hooking up all the computers and technology in your classroom. Be aware, this can require assistance from your school technology department. Next, take all student textbooks and materials and place them on their desks nice and neat. This is where a teacher's obsession with labeling really comes in handy, as textbooks are typically assigned to students according to the student number. After all of that, if your teachers still have any energy left, they can do some fun stuff. You know, all that awesomely cool stuff teachers like to throw at students just because they like to go that extra mile to make you feel welcomed and encourage your learning growth? Yep, even though you may not have been thinking about the layout of your classroom and all the hard work it takes for a room to become a class, I can assure you, your teacher has been planning, researching, and working hard to create an effective learning environment just for you.